Your circle will change as you accomplish your goals and level up. Everybody can't go.
All right, you guys. And we're live. Welcome to another Wednesday, and we are going to have another Everybody Can't Go Convo. This Wednesday, I have for you guys, of course, I'm always bringing y'all the homies, the people that are near and dear, the people that pour into me. I'm bringing to you guys today Miss Angie Parker. She is part of a duo that I truly look up to. They are also some of my peer group mates in the mastermind as well. So today I'm bringing you guys Angie Parker of Parker Images. And thank you for coming on with us. Welcome to the show, Angie. How are things going? And let us know a bit about Parker Images and what you guys have going on right now.
Absolutely. Just first of all, thank you for having me. This is such an honor to, I love that symbol. So this is such an honor to be on this platform with you. Everybody can't go and have this dialogue. I love it. I love it. Parker Images, we are a design business and we focus on creating custom logos and curated apparel for businesses. And we really focus on entrepreneurs. We look to help them tell their story through their brand, as well as basically taking their whole brand on another level. So that is what we're all about. We've been in business for over 20 years now, 20 plus years. Back in 2000, we started this. And over that time, we did more interactions and work for people. You know, this person told this person about us. And now we're looking to take it on another level, scale it more. This is why we have started with this mastermind, and this mastermind has totally helped us take this business to another.
Okay, that's what's up. Turn up. So when y'all see some of the new heat that I'm dropping for y'all gonna know where some of those logos and that imaging came from. Okay. All right. So you told us a bit about the business and the products and services. Do you guys have any upcoming events or anything? What are your socials? Where can people find you if they want to check out some of your work?
Sure. Actually, we're really going through, because like I said, we've been in the business for over 20 years. So we're actually ourselves going through a rebranding. Our website is being redone. Our socials are being redone. So we're really excited about this launch that we're about to have for our business. So it's great to have people to see it along the way. So you can find us on Facebook, Parker Images Graphic Designer. Also, we're on Instagram. You can find us, Parker Images Design. You can find us on Instagram.
Okay, awesome. So that means you guys better get in before the big wave. And then also this could be an opportunity for you guys to see exactly the type of work that Parker Images does. She just said that they're in the middle of a rebranding phase. You guys will get to see the before and after, and that may give you some ideas and sparks you for how the services would be of benefit to your own business, your brand, and how to scale, and how those things can help you scale your business and your brand, as well as you're leveraging that image, that look, to gather in more clients for yourself. Many times we hear that starting a business, when you have a 9-to-5, it requires going all in, abandon the 9-to-5, like it's not real if you don't quit your job, and all of these other things. So for you, what's been your experience with starting a business and deciding what to do with your day job?
That's a great question. This is something my husband and I it's really fresh for us, because we both had 9-to-5 jobs for, as long as we've been together. We've been married over 31 years now. During that time, our business was something we, continued to work through, but just last year, we decided that my husband was going to go full time, leaving his 9-to-5 and go full time in our business, because we are looking to bring this business into legacy for our family. So we're scaling it. We're doing everything we can. So we went all in. My husband went all in last year. Now, as it relates to me, I still have a 9-to-5, and I'm planning to continue my 9-to-5 because the balance there is this will allow me to help fund our business. I'm staying on my 9-to-5, basically fund our business is what my expectations are, and to also continue to learn at my business, the different things that I can glean and bring back as in an operational capacity for our business as well, because I handle all the operations side of our business. So my learnings in the corporate world I can definitely bring back to our business and make it successful. So that dynamic duo of him working full-time in the business and me working full-time in my 9-to-5, it really is a sweet spot for us right now.
That's what's up. That definitely. Now, when I told y'all, this is one of the people that like I look up to, her other half, that other part of that dynamic duo. When I tell you that's one of my fiance, he's like, yeah, that's my guy right there. Like, this is living example, what I consider a power couple, with working with your teammate and pretty much not just following the hype because it's like, oh, that's what everybody's doing. When you have your teammate, both of y'all can't be doing the same thing at the same time, because that's gonna leave a whole nother set of things undone. So I love how you talked about just you guys pretty much like dividing and conquering. Like that is my the first thing that I say anytime we at the mall. I'm like, we're short on time. Let's divide and conquer. And we're able to get more done and more ground covered. And in business, especially being a 9-to-5 entrepreneur and or having one person transition out of the 9-to-5, a lot of times we forget because, we are building legitimate businesses here. We ain't on the PPP loan, whatever that y'all was doing a couple years ago. Okay. So when you aren't looking for, can be like seed money or startup money for your business, you do have the opportunity to start a business without the debt there. That is an option for you guys. So pay attention to that when you weigh in your options on whether or not you're going to leave that 9-to-5 so that you can go all in, or if you would like to fund your own business venture as you're starting out, so that you don't have to prolong the process in being able to pay yourself and get those profits back, because you got a handful of loans, some debt, and different things that need to be paid back out of those out of your the revenue that's coming in from the first couple of years. So if y'all can't tell, I'm a fan of the 9-to-5.
And just one thing I want to say too is over these years, there were a lot of learnings we had as a couple working together in a business. We had to find our role. And a lot of times what was happening, we stepped on each other's space. We had to find our own swim lane. Then we both could swim together, but in our own lane. But the ultimate destination was at the end of the pool, right? So that's something we had to learn over time. And it took a lot of conflict, to be really honest. But it also took a lot of learnings and growth. And with that, we ended up realizing our roles, and it has made a big difference.
That is awesome. And I'm glad to hear that. I love the transparency. It's not going to always be easy. The same way that there are roles and responsibilities established at work, your business, like when you're an entrepreneur, that is work. You're not about to hire 2 business analysts on the same project. Well, you might, but still, if you don't have people in other roles, that establishing the roles that both people will have in the business. And that's not just talking about when you're being a dynamic duo, guys. That is for anyone who is involved with building your business out. There are roles and there are responsibilities applicable to each of those roles that do need to be established so that you're able to have things running a bit more smoothly. If you have those things set up ahead of time, you don't necessarily have to go through some of the growing pains or learning pains we've gone through and grown through over the past few years and as we've begun to build. Okay, so my next question that I have for you is, what are some of the experiences throughout your career that actually prepared you for entrepreneurship?
Yeah, I kind of touched on that because I've been in a corporate world for close over 30 years. I've lost count. Really more of the IT customer experience space. So through that experience, I learned how to deal with a lot of different people, right? Whether it was employees, whether it was colleagues that I worked with, customers, all of those connections and personalities resulted in me being a better person in entrepreneur space to help when it comes to our customers. I can, because we get different types of customers and they're coming with different needs. So having that experience in my 9 to 5 of working with different type of customers and understanding how to arrive at their needs, trying to figure out what they need and also what they want and also what they may not even realize they need. So we love to surprise and delight our customers. So that happens over time with building those relationships and really getting to know your customer and understanding truly what their brand is all about, what their story is all about as it relates to them as an entrepreneur. That those things to me are kind of a foundation that was built when I was, as I am in my corporate world position.
That's good. That's good. And it sounds like being in practice of that, it keeps you on your toes when it's time to put the entrepreneur hat on.
Absolutely. Because, I've dealt with great customers and customers that are more challenging. And just knowing how to deal with those different scenarios make a big difference. It makes a difference on if you are able to keep that customer long term too.
Okay, that part. And I know one of the things that I see floating around, y'all know I be scrolling, okay? One of the things I see floating around a lot is there's a difficult customer. You don't have to deal with them. You can let them go. Find another customer. But and while in extreme circumstances, I do think that can be true. I do think there's also that art to providing that customer service and those things that you were just talking about, that, if there were a spectrum of just let them go and, there's more that you can do, you can get a bit closer to the end of the spectrum where you're able to navigate dealing with difficult people in a way that's beneficial for both you as the business owner and both for that client or that customer. So that, you can find some type of middle ground without just, turning folks loose. Even though, some folks do need to be told about themselves, but that skill set does still need to be there when the situation is able to be salvaged, that can be salvaged in a way that is properly beneficial for everybody involved.
Yeah, and some of it just boils down to communication style. It just, individuals, they may come across the words they may use, you may take it the wrong way. So everybody doesn't know how to necessarily communicate as effective as other people. That's where we as experts need to be able to decipher that and get through that. And also that written communication, sometimes, we may get an email that's a little, curt or something that it's just straight to the point. You're thinking that they may be upset, but actually they're trying to get a point across. So just being able to know the difference there, that makes a big difference.
Yes, for sure. All right. And a couple more questions that I have here for you. What were some of the lessons, and we've kind of already started to delve into that, what were some of the lessons that you learned throughout the course of your career that helped you to kind of have like an everybody can't go type experience? A lot of times here on the show, depending on which episode you guys have tuned into, you know that we talk about the concept of everybody can't go in terms of personal relationships, social circles, and we've also talked about that in the vein of how it can be a situation within your 9 to 5, whether or not to make a decision to walk away from a team, a project, or even the job itself, if it's starting to have like negative impacts on you, your health, your career path, trajectory, anything like that. So throughout the course of your career, would there be any lessons that stuck out to you concerning that?
Walking to my car, tears rolling down my face, thinking to myself, is he right? Is this true? And I remember, going home just so distraught about the whole situation. And I kept saying to myself, he's not right. This isn't right. And guess what? I know it's not right because he was wrong.
Okay.
Been very successful in this career. But the reason I bring that up, Jessica, is because what I did find out is with me is that mindset, that plant that he put in my head was something I carried from room to room. I carried this mindset of, do I belong in this room? Do I really belong? It's this imposter syndrome that you can get, just... So as I went from room to room, I was carrying this mindset, do I really belong? And I had to deal with that because I would go to different rooms and feel, be in these different rooms and first of all, either feel that I don't belong or be there too long because that circle is no longer a circle I should be in. Right, different reasons. I should leave this particular job, but I stayed there because I'm wondering if that next place will I belong. So as a result, I had to come to grips to know, yes, I do belong. I belong in these spaces. I belong in these circles. And once I understood that more about myself and understood my purpose, being a transformative servant leader, once I accepted that in my life, I found such freedom. So I don't care what room I go in, I know I belong. So what I had to understand on with this whole everybody can't go, that also represents mindset too. Every mindset can't go from room to room and wherever you go. It all can't go. So I had to learn that as well.
That's it right there. The every mindset can't go. Sometimes the everybody that can't go with you, it is you. It's stuff about yourself that you got to change. Things about your mindset that have to change. And to a certain degree, you do have to evolve. You have to become a better version or a more refined version, a more knowledgeable version, spiritually deep version of yourself to be prepared for the next level, whatever your next level is. And the reason for that is because if you don't end up letting go some of those negative habits or some of those tendencies that are not helping to build you up, elevate you, propel you forward toward whatever your next level is, it's a part of the preparation. If you don't get prepared when you get there, it's gonna slip through your fingers anyway. The opportunities can lose them anyway because you weren't prepared for that space before you walked in it. So even though there are times where you are able to ascend into a space where it's like, oh, okay, you jumped out of the first pond, now you're the small fish in the bigger pond. There are people who are able to teach you, help you, and mentor you along so that you in the process do become the person that you need to be for that opportunity. But there are other times where if you are very ill prepared and you aren't even prepped or fertile soil for somebody to come along and mentor you, that's the opportunity that it can cost you. So you at bare minimum do need to be open-minded to being the student and to letting someone hold you accountable, correcting you, and letting you know ways to improve. But don't go listen to everybody. You listen to folks like the people I bring on. You listen to the Parkers, okay? So make sure when you are taking these tidbits from folks that this is wise counsel. We've talked about that a couple times in past episodes, making sure that the people who are pouring into you and that are giving you like these springboard ideas for the positive directions that you should be moving into, be sure that those folks are wise counsel, to be sure that you aren't inadvertently led down a path that is still not so great for you. And remember that portion that everybody can't go as well. So the last thing that I have for you today, Angie, is as you continue to move throughout your own growth journey with all of the lessons and things that you've gathered over time, both in the 9-to-5 space and in the entrepreneurship space, and how you molded and melded those things together, your different life experiences and things, what adjustments that you've made that really have you looking forward toward the future? And talk to us about some of the adjustments and the what you feel that you're more prepared for as you're going into your future.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I am really big on a growth journey right now, more than ever before, because I realize the growth journey ends when I'm in the ground. It continues as long as I have breath in my body. The growth journey continues. The thing with me, though, I am really focused and really honed in on being as self-aware as I can, because that to me is one of the biggest things that early in my career, in a lot of my early days in my career and even in the business, I just didn't know myself well enough to understand why I did the things I did, and understanding why did I take this pivot or why did I do this. A lot of times it was just because I didn't know myself. I wasn't authentic. I didn't really understand who I was as Angie Parker. Okay, so it took time and some self-reflection and growth to understand where I am, and being comfortable in my own skin, right? So in this journey, and as I continue to grow, my biggest thing is, how can I show more value to more people? My biggest thing is equipping others to find themselves and to help them understand, to avoid those pitfalls that I fell into along the way, especially those individuals looking to get in the corporate world, or even from a spiritual perspective, those who are looking to be leaders in a spiritual aspect.
And that was spoken like a true GC as well. I love it. I love it. Well, we thank you so much for joining us today, for coming on, letting us know about Parker Images, and walking us through a few tidbits and gems that can be used in both for those of you guys who are the corporate sector folk, those of you guys that are 9-to-5 folk, and there are also those of you guys who are like, nope, 100% entrepreneurship, or if you are anywhere in between. You definitely dropped a handful of gems in there that can be helpful at various stages and throughout listeners and watchers' lives and careers in business building. So I really appreciate you for pouring into the audience. I mean, you can't get away from me. Like, I love you, girl. So I'm going to find you. With that, we will see you guys next week on another Everybody Can't Go Convo, and we'll see you next Wednesday.